You can order the water pump used in the video on CarParts.com via the link in the description. Turn off your vehicle's ignition. Set the parking brake. Pull on the hood release handle and open the hood. For safety reasons, we advise you to disconnect the battery. To do so, we recommend watching the video, How to Replace the Honda Accord Car Battery. In order to change the water pump, it is necessary to carry out a complete bleed of your cooling system. To do this, we recommend that you watch our video, How to Perform a Coolant Flush Honda Accord. You can now see the serpentine belt which drives the water pump pulley, behind which you will find the water pump. Using a 14mm offset wrench, loosen the belt by turning the serpentine belt tensioner clockwise. Meanwhile, remove the belt from the tensioner, then from the various pulleys. To access the water pump, you need to remove the serpentine belt tensioner, which is blocked by the power steering pump. Using a ratchet and a long 12mm socket, unscrew the upper retaining bolt of the pump. Unscrew the lower bolt using a 12mm wrench. You can now unclip the power steering reservoir from its slot. Next, move the assembly aside to access the tensioner. Using a ratchet and a long 12mm socket, unscrew the 3 holding bolts of the serpentine belt tensioner. You can use a gimbal to help you for the second. Then remove the tensioner. To better visualize the operation, we removed the alternator, but this is not necessary.
Hey, it's Alex from CarParts.com. If you enjoy this video and want to support us, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, back to work.
Using a 10mm socket, unscrew the 6 water pump retaining bolts. You can access them from above or below the vehicle. Depending on access, you can use a 10mm wrench or a gimbal. Remove the water pump. However, it is often difficult to remove. Be careful when removing it. Coolant remaining in the circuit will flow. Remember to position the liquid collector under the pump. Protect the entrance to the cooling circuit by plugging it with paper towels to prevent impurities from polluting the circuit. To avoid any risk of leaks, clean the water pump seal surface thoroughly. You can use a razor blade to remove the various residues from the seal surface. Clean the seal surface with compressed air and a cloth. You can order the water pump used in the video on CarParts.com via the link in the description. Get the new water pump. Take the new seal. Then put it in place on the new water pump. Everyone's natural reflex is to take the water pump in hand and turn the pump pulley to check that this element is rotating correctly. But this is a serious mistake that can irreversibly damage the water pump. You need to immerse the pump in coolant and turn it around 10 times. This prevents subsequent leaks, as the pump must never run dry. Remove the paper towel. Take the new water pump and install it, making sure that the seal is firmly in place on the pump. Loosely screw a bolt back on to hold it together.
If you want to know which parts and tools we use in this video, just check the description and you'll find everything you need.
You can now screw in all the water pump retaining bolts until they make contact. Finish tightening the bolts in staggered order using a torque wrench. Take the belt tensioner. Tighten the 3 tensioner retaining bolts using the ratchet. Finish the tightening of the bolts with a torque wrench. Put the power steering pump back in place. Next, screw the 2 retaining bolts back in. Finish tightening using a torque wrench.
For great content, our best price, and fast shipping, download the CarParts.com app now.
You can now put the serpentine belt back in place. Pay careful attention to which way up you use it. The writing on the belt must turn clockwise. Slide the new belt around the different elements, respecting the layout from the initial assembly. To finally put it back in place, lift the serpentine belt tensioner in order to wind the serpentine belt onto all of the pulleys. Then release the belt tensioner to fully extend the belt. Now you need to refill the radiator with coolant and purge any air from the circuit. To do this, we recommend that you watch our video, How to Perform a Coolant Flush Honda Accord. Reconnect the battery. Operation complete.